All right, let's just dive right into one of the biggest who would win debates out there. We're talking Black Clover's Asta, the kid with absolutely zero magic, going up against the Demon King himself, Muzan Kibutsuji from Demon Slayer. And look, this is way more than just a power level argument. This is a clash of fundamental forces.
And yeah, whoever said this, they absolutely nailed it. This matchup is so cool because it's not just about who hits harder. It's one of those rare fights where one character's entire ability set feels like it was tailor-made to shut the other one down completely. We're talking a battle of core concepts, and that's where things get really interesting.
So before we can call a winner, we've got to know who we're dealing with, right? Let's do a quick breakdown of our two fighters and see what they're bringing to the table.
So in one corner, you've got Asta, the anti-magic warrior. In a world where magic is everything, this kid was born with none, which ironically makes him one of the most powerful people around. And in the other corner, Muzan Kibutsuji, the demonic progenitor, the original demon, a being of pure demonic power who's had 1,000 years to become basically unkillable.
Okay, so Asta's whole deal is his anti-magic. His Demon Slayer sword just says no to magic on contact. The Demon Dweller can actually suck up magic and throw it right back. But the real kicker, the one we gotta focus on, is the Demon Destroyer sword. This thing doesn't just block or nullify, it literally erases curses and their effects from existence. You combine all that with his Devil Union form, which jacks his physical stats through the roof, and he becomes a walking nightmare for any magic or demonic user.
And then there's Muzan. I mean, where do you even start? His regeneration is so fast it's practically immortality. You can chop him to pieces and he'll be fine in seconds. His speed and strength are off the charts, enough to just overwhelm the strongest demon slayers. Oh, and his blood is a deadly poison that destroys you from the inside out. And to top it all off, he can move his 7 hearts and 5 brains around his body so you can never land a fatal blow. You can see why this guy is the final boss, right? Just terrifying.
And this right here is what the whole fight boils down to. It's Muzan's seemingly unstoppable immortality versus Asta's absolute power of nullification. The entire battle is going to be decided by which of these two concepts wins out.
So, the big question, the one that decides everything, Muzan's regeneration. It's the source of his power, what makes him, well, Muzan. Can Asta's anti-magic actually do anything about it? Can it shut that down for good?
The answer is a huge, resounding yes. And here's why. You gotta understand what anti-magic really is. It isn't a shield, it's an eraser. It doesn't just block things like demonic energy, it targets the source and completely deletes it. It's a hard counter, on a conceptual level, to everything Muzan is made of.
So let's just picture how this plays out, okay? Muzan gets his arm sliced off, instantly his demonic power kicks in and starts regrowing it. But then, bam, Asta hits that same spot with one of his swords, the anti-magic floods the area, wiping out the demonic energy that was powering the healing. And just like that, the wound is just a wound. It can't heal anymore. Asta can do permanent damage to him. Game changer.
But wait, it gets even worse for Muzan. It's not just about the regeneration. Asta isn't just a good matchup. He's pretty much the perfect tailor-made counter to Muzan's entire arsenal. Let's dig into why.
Let's talk about raw physical stats. Look, Muzan is ridiculously fast, we all know that. He makes the Hashira look like they're standing still. But the power scaling in Black Clover is, well, it's on a whole different planet. When Asta goes into Devil Union, he's moving fast enough to blitz high-ranking devils, beings that move at speeds the Demon Slayer universe just can't compete with. In a straight-up fight of speed and power, Asta has a massive, crushing advantage. Okay, so what about Muzan's other tricks? You know, that deadly, cell-destroying poison? All his crazy blood demon arts? Well, guess what they're all made of? Yep, the exact same demonic energy that powers his regeneration. And that means they're all on the chopping block. If Asta gets hit with that poison, he could theoretically just use his Demon Destroyer sword and wipe it out of his own system. Every single trump card Muzan has just gets completely neutralized.
So, when you put it all together, you've got the hard counter to his regeneration, you've got the overwhelming advantage in speed and strength, and you've got the power to nullify everything else he can do. The outcome of this fight becomes, well, pretty darn clear. It's time to call it.
Asta takes this 9 times out of 10. Seriously. And this isn't just about him being stronger. This is an overwhelmingly one-sided fight because it's a fundamental, conceptual mismatch. Asta's powers are like the specific key designed to unlock and dismantle every single thing that makes Muzan a threat.
I mean, this chart just lays it all out, plain and simple. Muzan's greatest weapon, his regeneration, countered by anti-magic erasure.
His deadly poison? Nullified. His demonic speed? He just gets blitzed by Double Union Asta. In every single category that matters in this fight, Asta comes out on top.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It sums up the entire fight. Asta was literally created, as a character, to be the ultimate weapon against beings just like Muzan. It's not just a bad matchup, it's the worst possible matchup for the Demon King.
So what about that 1 in 10 chance? What's Muzan's single, tiny path to victory? Well, it would have to be a complete ambush. Catching a base form Asta totally off guard with an overwhelming attack before he has even a split second to react or pop his Devil Union. But considering Asta's insane reflexes and his key sensing ability? Yeah, good luck with that, Muzan. It's incredibly unlikely.
So there you have it. Asta's anti-magic is the perfect counter for Muzan's entire demonic toolkit. But that brings up a really fun question, doesn't it? If Asta is the perfect weapon to take down a guy like Muzan, who out there would be the perfect counter for Asta? Let us know your thoughts.